been hard at work to bring us a new Bond game. This one's entitled James Bond 007 Nightfire. I'll tell you what, I've been playing this game like crazy in hopes that some of that 007 magnetism will wear off on me. I mean, James Bond always gets the hot women, always. And James Bond gets Halle Berry, I get Norman Bates' mom.
I'm here with Joel, who's a producer of 007 Nightfire. And we're here in front of this beautiful car. Explain to us what this is.
Well, this is the Aston Martin Vanquish. This is actually James Bond's car in the next James Bond film, Die Another Day. We're also using it in our game, Nightfire.
Now, does Nightfire follow any of the movie plot lines?
It's actually in a whole original story. What we did is we worked really closely with MGM and Danjak, the creators of Bond, to create our own original story. Now, the reason we did that is we found that sometimes things in a movie don't always translate into great gameplay. So what we did is we designed our gameplay first and then wrote a great story around that.
Now, is this like the sequel to Agent Under Fire, or is this a whole new thing?
In some ways it is. It's a whole new engine. But on the other hand, we actually are bringing back a character. We're bringing back Zoe Nightshade as one of the Bond girls in this game, one of 4.
Always good to have 4 Bond girls.
It's always good to have 4.
When in doubt, just have 4. Talk to me about some of the gameplay elements in Nightfire.
Well, we like to think that we're going even higher and lower than we've ever gone before. We have a driving mission or a vehicle action mission that actually takes place underwater. The Vanquish actually turns into a submersible. It's kind of an homage to The Spy Who Loved Me. We also have, in the first-person modes, we actually go into space, and you fly around the space station in outer space.
Take us through the storyline a little bit, if you will.
Sure. What we've got is Raphael Drake. He's an evil industrialist, of course, bent on dominating the world. We're visiting many, many exotic locations, starting in Paris at the turn of the millennium, the Austrian Alps, a Tokyo skyscraper, crawling up that during a thunderstorm, and we even have a finale in outer space. We like to think of it as taking the best moments from the Bond universe and bringing them together.
And 4, count them, 4 Bond girls. Now, what about some of the gadgets?
Sure. We're taking all the best gadgets from AUF, like the grapple watch, the laser, plus we're adding a whole bunch of new ones. We've got a chain gun suitcase that you actually put down on the ground and operate remotely. We've got magnetic grips they can use to climb up surfaces. We're even going to have an X-ray vision mode where you can see through walls and see people as skeletons.
Well, let's talk about the music here. Are you licensing music? Are you using the James Bond theme and recreating new themes? What's the deal?
That's exactly what we're doing. We're taking the James Bond theme and we're actually creating pieces based on that. We have a fantastic composer named Steve Duckworth who's doing that for us, and he's doing a bang-up job.
Do you ever play video games at all?
Yes, I do.
All right. What are your favorite video games?
One of my favorite video games right now is Deus Ex, Grand Theft Auto.
I love Grand Theft Auto.
Ain't nothing like it. I mean, you get to jump out the car and the whole nine. And it's a flight simulator game that I also play. What's it? Something. Coming them, one of them.
You like the flying games?
Yes, I like the flying games, yes.
If you could create any video game, do you have anything in mind that you would make?
Yes, Undercover Brother, the gang. Go into the inner city and take on the man and try to equal the playing field. Don your fro to see how far you'll go.
Coming up next, Legend of Zelda for the game.
Okay, question. What would happen if you were to take Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid and combine them with a raccoon? No, not Rayman. You'd get Sly Cooper, Thievius Raccoonus.
We're here at E3 at the Sony booth. We're talking to Nate about Sly Cooper. This is a really cool looking game. Tell me a little bit about the character Sly. What are we doing here?
Sly is a master thief that's on a mission to steal back the Thievius Raccoonus, which is his family's thieving manual. And it gets stolen by these 5 thugs who go off and they become master criminals. So you're on a mission of revenge to steal back each piece. And when you get the pieces, your moveset as a kick-ass thief gets larger.
The thing about this game that is so cool is the animation, among other things. Tell me about the graphics. How'd you do that?
Well, our art director actually got his start drawing Batman comics. So the guy is funky, and he tried to put that in there so that there's that kind of nighttime feel, and you're skulking around in the shadows. So, and also his rule is no 90-degree angles, so it's all been funkified to make the world seem kind of Nightmare Before Christmas meets Metal Gear Solid.
Tell me about the environments we're going to be playing in.
Well, each of the 5 bosses you go after are in completely different terrain. Here, you're in sort of a Victorian steampunk place, and all of the levels that you go through we tried to make them seem like they really were places where the bosses lived, so that you were stealing from them. You were going through their drawers.
Another thing I really like about this game is the abilities. He's jumping, he's got weapons. Tell me about the things he's doing.
Well, our rule was whatever is thiefier wins. So all of his moves are just to make him a better and better thief. So you can see him climbing on stuff, making crazy jumps and landing on needle points. I think you'll enjoy being Sly because you can do exceptional things that you kind of always wanted to do.
Tell me about the music and the sound effects in the game.
The music's cool. It actually changes tempo based on how exciting the situation is in the level. So there's 2 music tracks going on in the game at one time. If you're sneaking, it kind of gets subdued, and if you're in attack mode, it fires up.
How does Sly Cooper compare to Thief on the PC?
Well, you're a thief, but we tried to invent this new thing that's action stealth, where instead of waiting for somebody to turn their back and then you club them, it's a lot of dodging and jumping between people's perception so that you're always engaged. There's no downtime. And that way it's very different.
Awesome. Well, this game looks rad. Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. Check it out.